Today, the world of music grows quieter as we say goodbye to a man who whirled louder than most ever dared. John Michael Ozzy Osbourne, known to millions as the Prince of Darkness, has passed away. He was 76 years old. It's difficult to put into words what Ozzy Osbourne meant to rock, to metal, and to the millions of fans who saw themselves in his chaos, his pain, his humor, and his music. He was more than a frontman. He was more than a performer. He was a cultural force, a survivor, and a legend. Born in Birmingham, England in 1948, Ozzy came from humble beginnings. He struggled in school, battled poverty, and even served time for petty crimes. But in that darkness was a voice that would eventually shake the earth. In 1968, he helped form a band that would go on to define a genre, Black Sabbath. With guitarist Tony Iommi, bassist Geezer Butler, and drummer Bill Ward, Ozzy became the vocal souls of the world's first true heavy metal band. Their self-titled debut, Black Sabbath, dropped like a bomb in 1970. Dark, ominous, slow. It was a complete rejection of the peace and love sounds of the 1960s. Songs like Paranoid, Iron Man, War Pigs, they were heavy, haunting, and unapologetically real. But Ozzy didn't just sing them. He lived them. He battled personal demons throughout his life, addiction, mental health issues, public controversies, but somehow, through it all, he kept going. After being fired from Black Sabbath in 1979, many assumed Ozzy's career was over, but that was just the beginning. His solo debut, Blizzard of Oz, was a triumph featuring Randy Rhoads on guitar. The album gave us immortal tracks like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley. Suddenly, Ozzy wasn't just back, he was bigger than ever. The 1980s saw Ozzy Osbourne become an icon, both feared and beloved. He was the guy biting the head off of bats on stage. He was the voice howling over shredded guitars and thunderous drums. He was also a devoted husband and father, working closely with his wife and manager Sharon Osbourne, who helped shape his career and his legacy. His music evolved, his band changed, but his fans never left. Because with Ozzy, there was always a raw honesty, a chaotic, beautiful unpredictability that kept people listening. Even when people mocked him, even when society called him dangerous, or satanic, or unhinged, he laughed, he performed, he persisted. In the 2000s, a new generation discovered Ozzy through The Osbournes, the widely popular reality TV show that peeled back the curtain on his home life. What they found wasn't a monster, but a funny, fragile, fearlessly loyal man that is trying to make sense of his world. He wasn't acting, that was just Ozzy. Unfiltered, undeniable, and unforgettable. And even as his health began to fade, he kept giving us music. Albums like Ordinary Man and Patient Number 9 showed that his voice, though withered, still carried the weight of decades, still powerful, and still haunting. Ozzy once said, "Being sober on a bus is like totally different than being drunk on a bus." He said a lot of wild things, but behind the madness was wisdom. He understood fame, pain, family, faith, and fear, like few ever could. He inspired generations of artists from Metallica to Marilyn Manson, from Corey Taylor to Post Malone. You can't trace the history of metal without running right through Ozzy's shadow. And now that shadow has fallen one last time. Today we remember Ozzy not just for his music, but for his resilience, for his flaws, for how he could be both terrifying and tender, how he could go from howling into a microphone to hugging his kids on camera. He was the first to admit he wasn't perfect, but maybe that's why we loved him. He showed us that you could fall back and get back up, that you could be broken and still create something beautiful, that you could walk through darkness and still shine. Ozzy Osbourne didn't just perform music, he lived it. He bled it. He was it. And though the man is gone, the music will never die. Because legends don't fade away, they echo forever. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Thank you for the madness. Thank you for the music. Thank you for reminding us all that even in the darkest places, there is light.